Hi, I'm Ann. Today I have for you a tutorial for how to make the sweet little heart block. I designed this block a year ago as part of a baby quilt that I gave away. And since my niece is having a baby girl in April, I thought this is the perfect opportunity and time to get my notes together and write some proper patterns and make her a quilt. So up on the screen is last year's quilt that I made. I'll be making 24 of these sweet little heart blocks for my niece's quilts. And if you'd like to sew along with me on that, keep your eye out in the next couple of weeks for that video and get your hands on some cute baby fabric. You probably already have some. In this pattern, there is the 4.5-inch unfinished. There's also a 4.5-inch unfinished that has a bigger heart, and there's a 6.5-inch unfinished. The other thing you can do with this block is omit the sashing completely so that you just have a very cute little heart. This one here being 2.5 inches unfinished. The pattern for this block is free. It's linked in the description below. Just subscribe to the channel, follow the link, and you will get the pattern PDF to your inbox. So let's get started. All right, I've got the pieces cut according to the pattern. And what we've got here are the heart color underneath, that salmon color. And those pieces are 1.5 wide by 2.5 tall. And these outer sashings, the short ones, are 1.5 by 2.5 also. The longer sashings are 1.5 by 4.5. This one and this one, the two large ones, are 1.5 inches square, and these tiny ones are 3/4 inches square. They are a bit niggly to sort of hang on to as you're trying to push them under the needle. So this time what I think I'm going to do is put a little dab of glue on the outsides in the area where I'm going to cut it off anyway to kind of help hold those in place. So we'll see if that helps. All right. I'm just using this Sew Line glue pen, but Elmer's glue will work just fine, the washable stuff. Yeah, I think this is going to make it a lot easier. So the first step's marking the squares, and then we're going to shape the lower heart point, which would be this one and that one. So we're going to call this the left half of the heart. We want the line to go from the upper left down to the lower right, and we're going to line up those raw edges on the left and bottom and on the inside. So I'm going to start right there. And there is a trick to this to give yourself a little wiggle room, which for me is the name of the game. Always, if possible. Whether you're cutting your fabric a little larger and trimming it down, or whether in this case you're stitching just to the outside of the line you drew by a thread or two, just so slight. But you know, when you fold the fabric over, that eats up some of your measurement there, so in the fold. So by stitching just to the outside of that line, I'll show you. So the stitch line is just a little to the outside. Okay, I'm just gonna grab this other piece, again lining those up really well. And I think it's best to not start at the point here, but to start along the side. And again, like I'm going to do on all of these snowballed corners, I'm going to stitch just to the outside of the drawn line. All right, so I'm going to be efficient, and while I'm here, the instructions do say to take it to the iron, to trim that off, etc., etc. I'm going to go ahead and stitch all of these lines. Oh, I really think gluing these down is going to save a ton of time. All right. So I've got all 6 lines sewn. Trim those apart. And now I'm going to take it to the iron and cut off the excess. I'm just going to push these back and make sure that they're not horribly off before I cut anything. That one looks great. And these actually are forgiving, believe it or not. And the reason is because there's sashing on the outside. You can correct almost anything in that final stitch line when you add the sashing. Those all look good. So now I'm just going to trim off the excess to the outside. So there's about a 1/4 inch of seam allowance left. So just going to get these all headed the right way. And then I use a couple pieces of, it's just like high grade plywood that doesn't have any kind of coating on it or stain or anything. And these are what I use as clappers. And just leaving that on there for a minute does help flatten it. Put the wood on that one. And I'm actually not going to measure and trim this. Normally I do at steps such as this when putting something together, but this is so tiny. What I'm going to do, and see, we do have white hanging out, and that's because I sewed it scant. We'll trim that down. But for now, I'm going to line this and this up, the actual heart rectangle color, and I'm just going to pretend like I don't see that white. And I am going to use a pin on this step because with all these tiny seams pressed the same way, they kind of want to. So I'm just lining the rectangles up together as much as I can. Yeah. Okay. And I'm using the edge of the heart color to decide where the edge of my foot needs to be to get that scant 1/4 inch. All right. So this is a step where I like to take it to the cutting table and trim it to size, but yeah, you can see, and to me, these are so tiny, that's absolutely acceptable to me. If it's not to you, you can rip it out and get it more exact, but I'm fine with that. This is pretty perfect down here. So this seam I'm going to press open. And I did starch my fabrics in case you're interested in making this baby quilt with me. Once I'm done with all these little heart blocks, I'm going to start assembling the quilt and cutting and getting it all put together while I film, and then I'll put out a video tutorial for the whole quilt. But so you don't ever want to do this if you haven't starched or pre-shunk your fabric, but this is Mary Ellen's Best Press. So that thing is sticking up pretty good there. Doesn't really want to lay down. But Mary Ellen's really helps it. Not bad. So pressing open actually does kind of help your seams where they're off look a little better. I'm fine with this one. I'm not fixing it, but I am going to go to the cutting table and trim this down. So let's see how we're doing here. Yeah, so you can see I've given myself a little leeway here. I'm gonna, this trims to 2.5 inches. The most important thing to me is to line up 1.25 inch with that center seam there. The order I like to do the sashing in, if I'm just doing one block, is going to be putting the short sashing on the sides first, and then the long sashing on the top and bottom. That's how I do quilt borders too. It's not mandatory, it's just preference. But I do want to say at this point, if you're making a lot of little heart blocks and they're going to be sewn together side by side, you're going to want to alternate which side the long sashings are on from one block to the next. So the next block would have the long sashing here, so that when you sew these two blocks together, you're not matching up any seams. So if you're doing the baby quilt and you want to make 24 of these little hearts and sew them together, you will want to alternate which direction the sashing is facing from one block to the next. Do you see how this heart comes to points at the top, which is fine and it totally would fly. But what we're going to do in this step is shape the heart top even better by putting that 1/4 inch seam in there and giving it kind of more of a rounded edge up there. Now for this one, we don't want to cut off the point at the bottom of our heart. This is the only place where we need to be mindful of points. And I can kind of see mine through the white, but it is easier to make this call by sewing it onto the back rather than from the front, but that works for me. When pressing the sashing, I'm going to be pressing it away from the heart. Okay. And see how that heart top is kind of taking shape. Let's get those side sashings on there. Okay, so again, pressing away from the heart toward the sashing. So this is a 4.5 inch unfinished. Again, mounting up the 2.25 inch down that center seam. And I'm going to go ahead and move it as needed to make sure I have something to trim and nothing's too shy of the edge there. So there you have it, the sweet little heart block. So that's all there is to the sweet little heart block. It's pretty easy. And I just wanted to share with you the fabrics that I'm going to be using for the baby quilt. I started with this charm pack, and from this I bounced off these colors to choose 3 heart colors. And also I'll be using this for the neutral as well. And then I'm going to use white for the background. So I'll pop that quilt back up on the screen right here so you can see it. So watch for the video, and thank you for joining me, and I'll see you for the baby quilt.